Hello and welcome to the next Let's Play TownCraft series, a series where we play TownCraft. Well, I don't. I don't get that joy. Lee does. He plays it, and he talks to you over the top of it. And I introduce him at the beginning with these little bits. I don't know why I'm even needed, to be honest. Anyway, here's the next TownCraft Let's Play. You know, I'm not sure I said the name of the game enough in that introduction. TownCraft. TownCraft. I'll just let you get on with it.
Hello and welcome to another Let's Play for TownCraft. This time I'm playing in the map called A Dark, Dark Wood, which was actually a reference to an old, I think it was like a joke or a nursery rhyme or something like that I used to know as a kid. Almost everything I've named in this game is along those lines. It's all something that I remember from my childhood. What this one was from a little ditty that went in the dark, dark forest. There is a dark, dark wood, and in that dark, dark wood there is a dark, dark tree, etc., etc. And yeah, I don't know. Then when it gets down to the dark, dark whatever inside the very, very middle of the thing, it was a ghost, and then you scare someone. It was shut up. I was a child. You know, I'm allowed to. Right, fine. I don't need to prove anything to you anyway. So anyway, here I am. This was the first level where we introduced pumpkins. We made them specifically for this level. This one was our Halloween update. And what we did was we allowed the pumpkins to serve a couple of functions. First of all, they're another vegetable. But what they also do, I might just grab this quest here before I carry on. I'm a little way off seafood pizzas, my friend. Aha, but very important. Cotton. Grapes. This was also the first level where I decided to make quests and doing things for people mandatory in as far as that is how you gain the basic crops for beginning all your first farms and things. So hopefully it doesn't annoy you all too much, but that was what I decided to do. So we've now got cotton, we've got grapes, we've got berries, wheat, and up here, pumpkins. So you can just sort of find them planted around the place. Ooh, I just realized I haven't planted any potatoes yet. That was remiss of me. Grab some pumpkins. Pumpkins are large. You only get one pumpkin per tile, and they take forever to grow. But they are quite fun and useful. You can do things like, well, first of all, you can craft wax into a candle. You can then craft a pumpkin with a candle into a jack-o'-lantern. Terrifying, I know. You can then chuck the jack-o'-lantern on a stick, and you can get what I've decided to call a pike-o'-lantern. And then you can use that as a light source. Ta-da! It's not the biggest light source in the world, but I think it's creepy and cool. Our artist Corey Attard did a good job there. And that would be the voice of Danny Johnston as that little mumbling peasant Muriel Free. Can I get you 6 pumpkins? Sure, I accept. How many do I actually have left? 2. Okay, so my first harvest I'll be able to do that quest. So one of the other tricks I played on this level, or in this level I should say, is that I decided to not include very, very basic resources like coal and iron, which is something I've gone on to do more than once since. What I'm doing in this cruel and evil way is requiring you to trade with merchants and whatnot to grab different materials. And instead of giving you just iron off the bat, I'm only allowing them to sell different iron components like short poles and long poles and things. So I'm not actually going to sell anything here because all my stuff is kind of still important to me. Now, when I'm building farms, this is just a sort of personal hint, you don't really have to take this, but when I'm building farms, I tend to try and make them not too terribly large, so that the farmers have as much access to them from outside the fences as possible. Once they're fully grown, each tile becomes impassable. And the last thing that we want is to find out that we've got a farmer who is in the middle of a field surrounded by overgrown crops having a hard time trying to get out. So what I'll generally do is like I've done up here with the pumpkins, a row of 2 by 5. That will be accessible no matter what happens. So you'll also notice that I'm building on the green areas. That is because the dirt takes way longer to grow on. This was a deliberate move on our part. We wanted to make sure there was actually a reason to build on dirt or grass over something else. And there's also lush grass, which I don't think there is any of in this level, but it's around. So in this level, you'll see there's a little pumpkin there hidden behind those brambles. Oh, the brambles, by the way, are completely impassable, indestructible. They're just there to ruin your day and make you feel miserable. The pumpkins in this level are few and far between. They're in here, but there's not that many of them, so I would recommend going nuts and just grabbing all the pumpkins at the very beginning when you're doing your initial exploration. I always tend to do a bit of exploration at first, grab all the basics, and then start settling down to build a town, so that hopefully I don't need to wander around too much more. Also, it gives me a second to get the lie of the land and decide where I'm going to put my everything. Now this is interesting though. There's no lakes or anything around here. So I'm curious to know how I'm going to be doing that seafood pizza mission. Bear in mind, I built this level last October, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I would assume that means that I can trade to get some fish from someone. And I'm still on Pumpkin Quest. So what I might do in preparation for the next merchant coming along, so that I can actually buy some of whatever it is they've got to sell. I was hoping that would be more silver. Generally, if you can see some exposed resources, like you can there with that silver, you can bet that nearby rocks are going to have a much higher chance of also having that same resource. So what I'm going to do is just build a few basic things. I don't have much, but a really good starting one. Our lead QA guy, Tim Stobo, came up with this one. Just a couple of chairs. They're actually worth a fair deal. They're not too bad. What else? Some stools. Anything which is a finished product is always worth a lot more than anything which is just a component or a piece of something else. But what I can